Zalatoris is healthy. I think he's going to win a few times this year, and I still think he has a really good chance to win a major this year.
Oh, I don't know. I disagree with you.
Oh.
I'm glad you said it because I know that he had to have his, a bulging disc is a pretty big deal when you're a golfer and you travel. And, we've already know that his short putts are always, that's really hard to win. I mean, he did make some great putts when he did win in the playoff, but his putting didn't look any better to me yesterday. And I thought he looked very tentative with his back. But of course, when you have at his age, I don't think he's going to have the power that he had before. Wow. So whether his short game is going to be able to step up is still a question.
You want to take Zalatoris off my hands, Greg?
Oh, really? He's already changed his mind. Berger's also coming off an injury. He's coming off the back injury too. So
yeah, we haven't seen him play in a while.
No.
He's got a horrible golf swing.
I can tell it's funky. I'm no expert.
Technically, it's not sound, so it's not. Yeah. Trouble is when they're not sound like that, they're hard to be a consistent pick. They have great tournaments, but they're not there every day, every week like a Cantlay.
Leave Greg's guy to Greg, and I'm going to take Sam Burns. Sam
Burns.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites as well. I've hit him as a winner a few times. He's a guy who, when he's in the hunt on Sunday, I trust his ability to win golf tournaments. So I will take Sam Burns.
I totally agree.
All right.
He's one of those players. When he's in contention, you better watch out.
I'm going to take Fitzpatrick here. I just think he's fallen probably too far in this draft. He was third on the PGA Tour in strokes gained total last season, which is I think is the best measure of who the best player is. So I think he's a good value here.
What do you think is up with Jordan Spieth? Why do you think, Jan, that Jordan has kind of leveled off a little bit the last few years?
Well, the trouble with Jordan is that he hits some shots it reminds me of Phil Mickelson a little bit. He just hits them straight sideways for no reason. His short game is still so brilliant, though. I mean, he's the best short game pitcher and bunker player. And, Justin. I mean, Justin, people don't realize how good their short games are. If Jordan keeps going with his golf swing, I mean, he's got a kid, he's settled down. He's got Cameron McCormick, their coach, moves to Dallas, so they're right there. So they might play a lot of golf together because I know they've already started. Kim and him have started playing a lot of golf together. So that might actually help him to practice more. I think he's going to come back this year. He's going to be pretty consistent, except whenever he hits those sideways shots coming down the stretch in a major, that's a bit concerning.
What do you think about Tyrrell Hatton and his career, Jan? Because when he won the Bay Hill event, it looked like he was ready to turn a corner. Like that was the big, the PGA event. He had won before. It was a big one, but it hasn't really, he's kind of just leveled off since then.
Yeah, I don't think he's got he seems a very nice guy, but he doesn't have that ambition. He's making millions more than he ever dreamed. It's some people that they want to win and they just want to, be at the goal of being a top 10. I think he's just happy to play as well as he does. And I heard he was maybe going to live, but he's a very steady player. But I don't want to kind of jinx him, but under pressure, he messes up under pressure coming down the stretch. And so that part of it is like what Jared was saying about Sam Burns. When Sam's in the hunt, you don't expect him to make stupid mistakes. You see Tyrrell make silly mistakes coming down the stretch, but that's only because of nerves.
I'm taking Aaron Wise. He's my breakout pick for this season. I think he's been a really strong ball striker for a few years now, and he evidently learned how to putt. Just looking through his numbers for the last 6 months, he's been an above average putter where he used to be horrible. So if he can keep that going, if he can be an above average putter with the ball striking, I think, he could finish the year as a top 20 player. Going
against everything that I believe in, because, I go on technique and golfers and I don't like his golf swing, but
Berger?
Sahith Theegala is definitely going to, his golf swing, it's a wonder he doesn't have a bad neck because he drops down 1.5 feet at impact, but he's, you look at his junior career and it's so impressive, and he's played against some pretty top players, and was really impressive when he was an amateur. So I think he's from California. He's got a great attitude. He's always smiling. I think he's gonna break through. Okay, I'm going with Adam Scott.
There's a surprise.
Well, I watched him at the Australian Open last month, and he blew it coming down the stretch. He was tied with a guy from Europe, and I watched him play all week. And then I sat with his caddy, with Stevie. You know, Stevie. He brought Stevie back, and
part-time
said
or full time.
Full time.
Full time. Okay.
And yep. And he said, and Steve said that he wants to commit one more year to see if he can win one more major. And so he's working really hard on his game. So I think he's again, I don't like it when they're not great putters, because you've got to have that. And he's a terrible 6 foot and under putter. And that's, when he has that tall putter, and when you have the broomstick, usually that means that you're really good from 10 feet and under. And he's not. And the funny thing is, he's great from 30 and 40 feet with it, but he's terrible inside those putts that you have to make. Wow. So I'm hoping that he can turn that around and work on it more.
I'm going to take Corey Connors. I don't know if I think he's going to win this year, because he's just such a bad putter.
Okay.
But he
enthusiastic pick.
Well, we're into the 8th or 9th round or whatever. All these guys have warts. Corey Connors was 7th on the tour last year, tee to green. So I mean, the guy can do that. He just can't putt. I think he'll have a lot of top 10s this year, which at this point of the draft, I'll take. I will take Billy Horschel. I don't like the guy, but I think he makes. Well, he just seems like an asshole.
Oh,
doesn't he? I mean, I don't know the guy, but just from what from the few instances.
I like his golf swing. He's got a beautiful golf swing.
Yeah, he tends to do really well on the Florida swing. I know he's a Florida Gator, so if he can pick up a win at one of those events, I'll be happy. I'm gonna take a shot on this Taylor Montgomery kid.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, he's a good one.
I was gonna take him at some point.
Yeah, he bombs the ball, but he's at least by the stats, he's a really good putter. So he kind of reminds me of like Bryson in that way. That's kind of how Bryson won, at least when he was at his peak, just killing everyone off the tee and then making putts. So hopefully Montgomery can reach Bryson levels. I'll take Patrick Reed.
Oh no, don't take Patrick Reed.
What?
I worry about some of the guys' motivation on the Live Tour after they just got the bags of money. But I think Reed's someone where when he tees it up, he definitely wants to win.
Yeah, you're right. It is a good point, and he wants to win. He's got that killer instinct.